Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Today's video is, man, I don't even know where to start. Kind of a bittersweet moment for me. It's nothing drastic, nothing dramatic, nothing negative, but definitely something totally different. I am standing in front of my Audi R8, and I have another maybe 3 days with this car, and it is leaving my possession for good. Honestly, I never kind of thought that I'd be so kind of attached to this car, and I can't really say that I am attached. I'm gonna grab a chair. For some reason, my back is killing me today, so it's actually painful to stand. But the weather's nice. So we are going to do a heart-to-heart. I bought this car. I bought it a little over 2 years ago now. And I bought it with suspension damage. The story itself is kind of crazy how I acquired the vehicle. It was honestly kind of by accident. I threw a bid on it. I didn't expect to win it. I got it, and then ended up that it was a non-runner, which I did not know. And then there was a dispute with the owner who I bought it from and the body shop he took it to try to fix it. And that body shop, to spite the owner, took off essentially this whole front end, like wheel arch, the luggage compartment, windshield wipers, the arms. I mean, like everything. If you would have opened the front hood, whatever it's called, everything was missing. No trim, no plastic, like everything was missing in there. Which was obviously something I didn't see. I tried to work it out with the body shop. We agreed on a price, and then the guy threw it on eBay, but then he wanted like $500-600 to ship it, and I was like, hey, we didn't agree to this, and he basically said, F you, if you don't want it, then don't buy it. And out of principle, I was more or less like, hey, I'm not gonna deal with someone like this if he's not honorable in the conversations we had. Why would he be honorable in the transaction I'm trying to make? So I ended up buying literally everything from the dealer. Some parts came out of Turkey, I believe, Audi dealer there, or Slovakia, somewhere there. And a handful of parts came here from the States, various states. So this car was definitely an experience for myself, especially working with something high caliber like this. But I did get my hands dirty repairing, replacing various things. Damage itself wasn't bad, but airbags were difficult to replace because they have like special security clips that hold them on the curtain. And without special tools, it's really tough. But again, I could say my hands were on this car, and I did quite a bit of work on it, especially like time-wise. Anywho, I've had this car for over 2 years. I did not drive it as much as I thought I would, and that's nothing literally towards the car. It's just the type of business that I run and the way I like to run my business, which means that I drive other cars to make sure that they have no issues, no mechanical faults, and etc. before I sell them to the customer, which obviously means something like this. A fun toy spends a lot of time in the garage, which this car unfortunately did. In 2 years, I've probably put maybe 3,000-4,000 miles on it, which I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me, is it a lot? Maybe not. And I have decided to sell it. Against advice from friends and various other people, I decided to sell it. And now that time is here and this car is leaving my possession, I definitely have second thoughts about it, unfortunately. Mentally I know what I'm doing. I am ready to let it go, but at the same time, it's such a special car. I never thought I'd own one. I did for, obviously 2 years is not a short period of time. This car still looks as beautiful as ever. It is an absolutely gorgeous car, although it is very filthy right now. And I made good memories with it. I went on multiple dates with my wife. I took my kids out in it. I took it to the office multiple times. It gets a lot of attention, especially this color. It's a high MSRP car. It has all carbon options, interior, exterior, engine bay, full leather, Alcantara. I mean, everything but the carbon ceramic brakes, which honestly, if this would have been like base car with carbon ceramics, then at that point whoever spec'd it was kind of dumb, because just get the plus. At that point the difference was probably like $5,000, but you have a plus. And there's nothing different with the plus, just tuned a little bit differently for more horsepower, but it's basically the same car. So I suppose here's the important question. What's next? What am I getting next, if anything? What's replacing this car? And I had a lot of thoughts. Once this car would be sold, what would I get as a replacement? Fortunately, and maybe unfortunately, that decision was made for me because I am doing a partial trade with this car. And the partial trade is for a C8 Corvette. It's a 2021 with 13,000 miles and cash on top. Some people will say, hey, it's not worth it. And I've already gotten dragged through the mud, if you will, on this trade. But you guys got to realize, this vehicle, the R8, is a rebuilt title. C8 is a clean title. Obviously, R8 is more special. It's more rare. Maybe it's a better car, etc., etc., etc. And honestly, I probably wouldn't buy a C8 Corvette. I am still iffy on the design of that car. I like the interior, but I'm not a big fan of the exterior. But I have friends who have owned them, and they have said only positive things about those cars. The way they drive, the way they feel. And last night, I was kind of just doing a little bit of research. The C8 Corvette, although it's a rear-wheel drive and makes less horsepower, accelerates faster than the R8. So C8, I think, is 2.9 0 to 60. This is 3.5. So over half a second quicker, the C8 over this car. So I mean, I'm just excited. The other thing is the C8 has a Corsa Extreme exhaust, which again, from research, is a very loud exhaust with secondary cat delete, I think. So I expect that car to be very, very loud. It's white, has aftermarket wheels. It looks good. You guys will see it. This video probably won't be short. But that's what's happening. R8 is leaving. The Corvette was picked up today. I should have it in about 3 to 6 days according to the shipping company. And then R8 is possibly leaving tomorrow morning or day after, maybe Friday. Today's Wednesday. So time to clean her up, time to get her ready for the next owner, time to maybe say goodbye to this car. I will, without a doubt, I will definitely miss this car. But again, 2 years, man, 2 years is a long time. And it's worth it. It was worth having this car. So now, let's take a look at this car. So I took it to the bank in the morning, and on the way back, they're building like new warehouses on one of the streets, and I just drove through. It was raining in the morning, and I did not realize how filthy this car got. Look at that. I mean, this is the filthiest it's ever been, and obviously we cannot let it go to the next owner like this. But that's crazy. It was literally like 20 feet. And this is what it did. And I only noticed once it dried up. So first things first is wash, exterior wash, then a good wipe down. Engine should be cool by now, so we'll wipe down the carbon fiber engine bay and get this thing cleaned up and ready for the next owner to enjoy.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
She looks a lot better. I am taking it nice and easy to make sure I don't miss anything. But look at that. The rear end already looks so much cleaner, so much nicer. This was a hand wash, and in my ownership, a little over 2 years, I have never taken it through the car wash. So, in my ownership, this car has always been hand washed, hand cleaned, and etc. Look at that, all 10 cylinders. R8, Huracan, they share essentially the same engine, except the top covers are different. Beautiful, beautiful car. I don't know, guys, I'll be honest. I think bittersweet is the best way that I could describe it. Man, what a special car. And I did get it detailed a few months ago, but obviously I drive it, so stuff like that, you know, minor stuff. So it just needs a good wipe down. I don't think it needs anything crazy. So I see something like this, just minor dust. But look at that. Alcantara, diamond stitch leather. I love that screen. That's one of my most favorite things. And the controls, so like everything is on the steering wheel. You could go through the screens, various screens with just these buttons, skip tracks. Other Audis don't have them, and I have a few Audis. None of them have this function, which is so awesome. And then volume, skip tracks, and then various phone controls, and then you have your screen controls here or there. I mean, it's so fantastic. It really is a special car. And I'm a big guy, and I spent quite some time in this car. Very comfortable. I can't say that back hurt or any like comfort issues, and I'm 6'3". My head didn't touch the top. Yeah, honestly, like I can't say enough good things about this car. But time for something else. But as you guys can see, I'm still almost battling with myself about letting this thing go. It's time, but I don't think I'm ready. Yeah. And it is done, cleaned up. I will genuinely miss this ride. I mean, just look at how it pops. And it really does look this good in person. Like when the sun goes down, it's like deep red, and when the sun is out, it has like an orange hue to it. Hope the new owner will love it and enjoy it.
The next day.
I am heading out to the office this morning, and this is probably my last few hours with this car. Let me do a cold start for you guys. Let me put my stuff in here. All right, almost 700 miles. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I love this gauge.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I got to the lot. I have a customer out on a test drive. Everything's happening quick. And the transport guy just called me. He said he's 18 miles away from Portland, but he is dropping off a car just down the street. It's a Copart car, which is kind of odd to me, if that makes sense, because this car, the R8, is supposed to be going in a enclosed trailer, and typically people don't pick up cars from Copart in a enclosed trailer. So I mean, I don't care if it's enclosed or not enclosed. Actually, the buyer who's buying the R8, he is paying for shipping, R8 and the Corvette. Kind of an agreement we made. It was more beneficial for me to do the shipping, but I'm just rolling with it. It is what it is. So within an hour and a half or so, We'll no longer have the R8.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Transport guy just called. He said he's about a mile out. I almost wish that it was going local. To be honest, I don't even remember which state it's going to. It's not close though. It's like a 3-day drive. More towards the East Coast than the West Coast. I don't see anyone yet, but let's go downstairs. Final look, because I am going to miss this car. It really does look good. 2 years with this thing. I did enjoy it. There's the transport. It is enclosed trailer. I'm gonna drive up there so he doesn't have to maneuver too much. Oof. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Last minutes with this car. That should be good right there. He said at a slope, not the best idea. He's like, we could make it work, but let's go down the street where it's more flat and straight. So that's what we're doing. There it is, going up. And he did say he has another one. Yeah, it's a white one up there. Closed trailer. Going all the way to the top. Okay guys, R8 is loaded up. He will be heading out any moment. Very nice guy. He's actually from Belarus. I'm from Belarus originally. And he owns this trucking company. And one of his drivers actually picked up the Corvette. He said he is somewhere in Montana. So I'm assuming maybe tomorrow the Corvette is gonna be here. So not a very big difference in time. But R8 is loaded up. R8 is going to Kentucky. That's where it is. And hopefully the new owner enjoys it. Man, honestly, bittersweet. I think that's the motto of this video, very bittersweet. Happy to get rid of it, but at the same time, not really, if that makes sense.
Several days later.
As you guys can see, it is dark out. And the Corvette delivery is actually happening right now, and it's happening at the house. The gentleman called and he's coming from the Seattle area, and basically we figured to do it here. But obviously it's dark. I don't know how much we're gonna catch. There's some street lights, but once I kind of walk out into the main road, we'll probably lose that. So worst case scenario, we hear it today and then see it tomorrow in broad daylight. But it's here. And there we have it. Truck driver is here, trailer is here. Somewhere inside is my new fun car for 2 weeks. This is what he has. This old thing, Audi, BMW. Looks like I don't know what that is, Mustang, older Mustang. So I'm assuming Corvette somewhere all the way up here. So he does have a full trailer, and the C8 is literally all the way in the front. So we have to take out 2 cars from the top, and then the C8 comes out. So lengthy process, unfortunately. Mustang is first, and it sounds like it's a V6, not a V8. Could barely hear it, but that's also a plus. Bigger plus than a minus. Oh, there you go, there's a little bit. Maybe one day. I am starting to appreciate these older cars more and more. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to reach up and get a cold start on the Corvette. Let me get a little bit closer. I don't know what I'll get. mean, the kids seem like they enjoyed it.
I saw.
Here it comes. Does sound really, really neat. Actually, what if you drive first?
I can't take that away from you.
I'd rather you have it.
I could drive.
The next day.
Oof. This thing is a menace. Okay, listen to this remote start. There we go. Going to do a wide lens. I did not look at exterior of this car just yet, but just now starting to kind of drive. Looks like we have a front camera. I mean, very unique display, everything. I got some packages to take care of. Nice interior. Guys, this thing is so loud. Yeah, you guys saw my reaction. This thing is unbelievably loud, but here we go. First drive in the C8. Tomorrow will be a nicer day. So tomorrow, hopefully I get some better videos and driving and whatnot. But today, I just want to drive it, make sure everything is good. Dual clutch is quick.
The next day.
It is early morning. I just got back from the lot. I think it's safe to start the Corvette this morning, but let's take a look around it. I guess show it to you guys in broad daylight. Today should be a nice day. Sunny, I think 72 degrees. So I plan on taking this car out today, and I plan on taking off the roof to see how it feels. I drove it yesterday. Actually gets a lot of attention. I had 4 people comment on it because yesterday we had like little periods of where weather was okay, so I had windows cracked open. But this car, it's so loud that it just, everyone looks, is what I'm trying to say. And then it does look pretty good. So I think neighbors are gone. Let's get a cold start and let's take a look at this thing. Okay guys, you ready? Let's see. I hope if you had headphones on, you took them off, because I think good luck to your eardrums. So here's what we have. This is almost like carbon forged pieces, and honestly, I can't tell if it's real or fake. Like all of these inlays, they're all, you know, carbon forged style, and it's white over bronze wheels. I don't even know what kind of wheels it has. Variant alloys. And, you know, the lip, the air duct, the hood, the front lip, the rear diffuser. So the car obviously looks pretty solid. Get in there. Yeah. And it is obviously very loud. Like, look, my fist could basically fit into that opening. But this is it. I'll let the, I guess, rain from last night kind of dry off in the sun, and then we'll take this off in a few hours. I'm heading out.
2 hours later.
Okay, I hope I got everything set up correctly. I am about to start it. We're going to get gas, and then we are heading to my kids' school. And maybe along the way we're gonna get some reactions. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Put in manual mode and we'll use paddle shifters. Yeah, it's already getting looks, and I'm not even that far. I don't know if you guys can hear those. I can't say it's embarrassing to drive, but I'm not a fan of like a lot of attention to myself, and this car probably gets the most attention in any car that I've had, and I would say it's mostly because it is so loud. I'd probably say like 9.8 out of 10. It is just bonkers. Craziness. Once you put in auto mode and it goes to the highest gear, it's chilling. It's not that bad. It's actually, yeah, not bad at all. But in manual mode or like lower RPMs, when you accelerate, my goodness.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Are you standing there too? Okay, you guys ready? What are you guys expecting? How loud? Well, you guys gotta go behind it. You guys all stood on the side. I wouldn't put your head there. Okay.
What does the exhaust smell like? I don't think it's that loud.
That's it?
He shrugged. And you're saying it's not loud? Rev it a little bit.
Give a little rev.
Loud?
Oh, no, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's average.
2 hours later.
I am back home with a C8. Hopefully some of the GoPro footage came through. You guys saw the reaction of the kids. My brother's on his way. We're gonna get his reaction. And welcome to a new car on the channel. What I've learned over the last 2 days, it is obnoxious, it is loud, it gets attention more than any car I've ever owned. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of that. I like the car, I don't like how loud it is. I genuinely struggle with that. I like flavor, but this is just to like piss off people, to say, hey, look at me, and so on and so forth. That's not me. That's not me. So I will most likely try to put back the secondary cats and then see if it tones down. But regardless, this car ain't sticking around for long, I hope. And a week, 2 weeks, and hopefully it'll go to a new home. And maybe if I don't do the secondary cat unwind, maybe somebody will love it and enjoy it for what it is. Crazy, loud, attention grabbing car. Okay, what are you expecting?
I don't know, I just hear a loud rumble in my head right now, but we'll see if it lives up to that. I think it's gonna be like the Maserati. You're good?
You felt that in your chest?
Yeah. That's a lot louder than I expected it to be.
And it's warmed up. So imagine it does that bark and then it sits for like 30 seconds until the RPMs drop.
No, that's a lot louder than I thought it was. Like the videos you sent, like I knew it was loud because like it would like crackle the speaker in the phone.
And that's what I said. Video will do 2 out of 10 justice to actually how it sounds in person. There you guys have it. It's loud. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, this was very different, unique video. So appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing. Let me know if you guys want C8 content. Drop a comment. See you guys in another video.